This is the second video in my two-part series on social anxiety. My first video dealt with anticipatory anxiety leading up to a social event, and this video will be talking about coping skills for managing anxiety at the event itself. And just like my first video, I'll share 5 tips with you for managing social anxiety. Some of them will be mindfulness-based, and some of them will just be kind of practical tools for getting through the event. So I hope some of them are helpful, and let's get started. The first tip I have for you is that when you're noticing that you're starting to feel anxious in a social event, to do kind of a mini grounding exercise. And I like this because you can do it at any time and no one has to know that you're doing it. You can do it while you're talking to someone. But it's really just taking a moment to feel your feet on the ground and then feel your hands, whatever they're touching, your legs or drink or whatever, your phone. And then to take a breath and imagine sending that breath down through your body, into your feet, and into the ground. And this helps because it gives your mind something to focus on besides the anxious feelings and the anxious thoughts. And it also kind of can help slow down that sort of frenetic energy that comes with anxiety and just give you a moment to get in touch with your body and kind of feel yourself rooted and feel a little more secure in the moment. The second tip that I have is a little related to the grounding exercise because it's also giving your brain something else to focus on. And for this, I'm going to suggest finding something or having something on you that you can kind of fidget with or play with. So this could be having something on your key ring or having something in your pockets. When your hand's in your pocket, you can play with it. Just having something to kind of keep your hands busy and give your mind something else to focus on can really help when you're sort of feeling anxiety in the moment. The third tip that I have for you is actually sort of a classic social etiquette tip, but it can also really help with anxiety, and that's to focus on the other person. So a lot of the time with anxiety, we're really hyper-focused on ourselves. How do I look? Am I saying the right thing? What do other people think about me? And by sort of taking that focus away from you, out of your own head, into, okay, what is this person telling me? What are they interested in? What are they talking about? That can help, again, give your mind something else to focus on. And it can also help you feel more connected to someone, which in turn actually helps with the anxiety and the isolation that can sometimes come from anxiety. So for this, with keeping the focus on someone else, try asking them questions about what they're interested in, what they do for a living, who they know at the party, whatever it is. Another thing that you could do is comment on or ask questions about something that you're kind of sharing together. So whether that's food or if you're at a wedding, kind of commenting on what people are wearing or the ceremony or whatever. So kind of commenting on that shared experience can also help take the attention away from you and kind of, again, giving your brain something else to focus on and find a way to connect with that other person as well. The next tip that I have for coping with the social anxiety that can come up during an event is to actually give yourself permission to take a break if you need to, and to actually leave the event if you need to. And it's really easy to find an excuse to take a break. Oh, I have a call. Oh, I need to respond to this text. Oh, I need to go to the restroom. I'm not feeling well. I mean, there's so many things that you could say that, you don't need to kind of call out your anxiety. And it's okay to take a break for 5 minutes or 10 minutes and then come back when you're sort of feeling more steady or, sort of less anxious. And during that break, you could do whatever you want. You could call a friend or text a friend. You could do a mindfulness exercise, or you could do something mindless, if that helps too, to just sort of scroll on social media or something, just to, again, I know I sound like a broken record, but give your mind something else to focus on for a minute. And then when you're ready and sort of feeling less anxious or less tense, then you can return to the event. Sometimes it can also be helpful to just call it out and say to the person that you're talking to, and this would probably be more comfortable with someone that you trust or a friend or family member, and to just say, hey, I'm feeling kind of anxious. I'm gonna just take a break. Like, I just need a minute. I just need to go catch my breath or need to go for a walk or whatever. And some people are really surprised at how much that helps kind of validate it for themselves, but also how much other people are actually pretty open and non-judgmental about that. Not with everyone, unfortunately, but sometimes people find that when they just call it out, someone will say like, oh, I totally get it. I get that way too. Or, okay, do you want me to come with you? That people can actually be a lot more supportive than your anxiety is kind of convincing you that they will be. And the last tip that I have for you is to play a game or do some other sort of social activity that's engaging and distracting and can help people sort of all be focused on one thing together. And if you're hosting a party, really think about if you have any games or other activities that people could do together, because that can be really helpful, especially in American culture where a lot of parties are centered around drinking alcohol or just centered around conversation. That for some people that feels overwhelming or anxiety inducing, and for a lot of people, drinking can help with social anxiety, but then can lead to other problems. So to have something else to focus on and to do kind of all together as a group can be really helpful for people with anxiety. And if you're at an event that doesn't have anything going on besides drinking, to be the one to suggest like, hey, anybody want to play a game, or find an app that has a game for a group, to be able to do that together and see if anyone else is interested. So again, that gives your brain something else to focus on, kind of pulls people together in a different way, and can be really helpful for managing anxiety that comes up because you have that to focus on instead. So if you have a chance to try any of these out, feel free to let me know in the comments, and I hope some of them are helpful for you. And thanks for joining me today. Take care.